WBNE.
Hi, friends. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that this episode of Bacon and Eggs is brought to you by our patrons. We want to build this thing to be as big as it can possibly be. And we want to make more podcasts for you, for your mom, for your dad, for your sisters, your brothers, your kids, your loved ones, your enemies, and your frenemies. We want to make the podcast for your frenemies. It's called Frenemies Pod. And what it is me and my frenemy from the bus in high school sit down and we frenemize each other. We want to make that podcast, but we can't do it without your help. So these things take a lot of time and a lot of effort, and we really love making them and we love being a part of them, but we do need to kind of justify it. So if you go to patreon.com/baconandeggs and check out the great reward tiers that we have over there. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it is a subscription service that's like super voluntary. So it's like, imagine this show is Netflix, but you don't have to pay for it. But because you want us to make more Stranger Things, you give us $5 a month. And in return, you get Stranger Things, but you also get access to our Discord server and a bonus show called Super Stranger Things. Only it's not Stranger Things or Super Stranger Things. It's Bacon and Eggs and the Hash Browns. Isn't that freaking awesome? So I know you're thinking about it. I know we're midway through the month, but you should really try it out. We won't charge your card until March 1st if you sign up today. So you get like 10 days of just trying out the Bacon and Eggs Patreon for absolutely free. And if you decide you don't like it, then leave, I guess. That's not very nice, but you can. I won't hold it against you. I totally get it. Also, any new and upgrading patrons this month get a free sticker. I have both stickers. They're awesome. I'm going to show them to Ethan here in just a minute between this part and the actual part, which you get to hear if you do the $10 tier, which is the unedited show. Anyway, you're going to love it. Check out patreon.com/baconandeggs. I've been rambling way too long. This movie was really good and I really want to talk about it. So just patreon.com/baconandeggs, no sandwich, just like Harley Quinn. Thank you for listening and thank you for donating. You're the best and I love you. I love you. I love you. You had me at hello. All right. Thank you so much for donating. Thank you even more for listening. Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And today we're getting broken up with.
And we're taking it very badly.
So blow up your ex's acid factory.
And lose your sandwich.
Because today we're bringing you
Birds of Prey.
It's Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
It is not. It is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
It was Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, and then the name was changed.
No, the name was not changed. The name is changed by, like, Regal, who doesn't get to change the name of movies.
Really?
That's just how they're marketing it, like, at movie theaters.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Either way, you know what I did know, Ethan?
What do you know?
This movie, Harley Quinn, was directed by Kathy Yan. It was released February 7th, 2020, just 11 days ago, on an $82 million budget. Are you calculating one on every movie?
Oh, no, sorry. That's still just written from the last.
It has made that money back 145.
That is a lot more. So, I think Parasite cost $11 million, which is 13.5 billion won.
Yes.
So, like, this is way more won than that. Hold on.
It's made $145.9 million worldwide so far, which is a little low, but it's an early year kind of release. It's got a pretty even feeling from critics and audiences. 78 critics, 79 audience on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 60 on Metacritic.
That's 97.767 billion won. FYI.
I'm glad I know that now. Thank you. I was really concerned about that particular piece of
You're
information.
welcome.
Do you have a professionally negative review for this film?
Oh, do I? It's from our old friend at the New Yorker,
No,
Richard
it's not.
Brody.
He did not see this.
He did
would not
see this
sit
movie.
down and watch this. He would never.
Richard Brody says this about Birds of Prey. Under the film's hyper-formatted style and impersonal action, there's a pretty good movie straining to break out, which makes the waste of its creators' earnest exertions all the more dismaying.
You know what?
He's not all that wrong.
So Linda Cook, Quad City Times, Davenport, Iowa, which is one of 4 of the Quad Cities.
One of the 4 Quad Cities.
She's specifically Davenport.
That
Congratulations.
is Iowa being like, hey, Minnesota, we got 4 of them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's apparently an Iowa-Minnesota rivalry.
Yes, it's a sports thing, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's got to be college sports since Iowa definitely doesn't have any professional teams in it.
Anyway, Linda Cook says Birds of Prey soars with violent female empowerment. 4 out of 4, which I mean, I get. Okay,
I get both of these reviews.
I get both of them. Let me go binary. As a proponent of the superhero genre and the anti-hero genre and the villain genre and like this, you know what I'm trying to say, the comic book to film genre, I can only say that a film that is watchable with a female person of color director and all female leads is worth spending your $12
Yeah,
on.
for sure.
One on binary. My caveat is that you may not love it, but I still think you should see it.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that.
I would let me just dive right into some review.
Like, there's no world in which this is not as worth watching as Shazam.
Oh, I would totally. That is a good comparison that I didn't even think
because
to
like
make.
they're both DC, and Shazam did much better, both like critically and at the box office.
Yes, and Shazam got a lot of praise that I felt like it didn't
deserve, and this gets a lot of hate that I feel like it doesn't deserve.
Yes,
because like the reason we're doing this week, a week after it came out, we pushed it back from Parasite, is you texted me 2 days before it came out with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 92% and said,
which has plummeted.
It has plummeted for sure. I'm unsurprised, but you sent me a 92% and said I think we should cover it. And I was like, I can't argue with that under any circumstance. It's 92%. Like, how am I supposed to? What is my defense here? There isn't one.
Yeah,
there's no reason not to see this movie.
No, and I'll say this: it starts on a really tough footing in that like Suicide Squad was just
garbage.
Bad. Yeah, it was just like, it was really, really terrible.
Jared Leto not being in this movie is a very bold call that I very much liked.
I did too, because I felt like you could have easily dropped him in here, even as like a cameo, even as like a flashback. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of the film is about Harley Quinn dealing with the breakup, and I think the fact that he's not in it at all.
Yeah, not him, not his car, not his cronies, nobody.
Granted, the villain is still like a clown mask villain. He doesn't wear a clown mask, but his goons do.
Yeah, he wears like a luchador mask, like an all-black Gucci luchador mask.
My understanding is that Black Mask, the character, when he's not... Oh, God, I couldn't even begin to tell you the guy's name.
Roman
Polanski.
Roman Sionis.
Roman Sionis. My understanding is that like he's supposed to be like a germaphobe when he's not wearing the mask, and then like a psycho when he is. Like the mask changes you kind of thing, right?
That was not in this movie at all.
Well, that was what I gathered from the film. I have no idea who Roman...
Oh, really? I didn't get that at all.
Oh, well, he had his goon do all the like carving of people's faces off and stuff, but anytime he saw like a snot bubble or the blood, he'd be like, and then like when he put the mask on at the end, there was that like sort of chaotic like something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through playing by the rules of someone else's game.
So he turns into a witch.
He lets it go, you know. Let it go.
Different songs.
No. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, something has changed within me is defying gravity.
You're right. I got the singer right.
Yeah, you got the singer right.
Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind. So I think that is... I knew the name Victor Zsasz. I don't know why I know that. I'm sure he was a character in Arrow or something, because there's a lot of crossover content between Arrowverse and this.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's, there's only so many like DC bad guys, and they really ran through a lot of them in Suicide Squad. Just made a lot of them unusable.
Well, yes, and not to mention that like Black Canary is like one of the main characters, and Huntress is one of the main characters in the first season. And
is she?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
Yeah,
I stan.
That's true. When it looks like Victor Zsasz has been portrayed by a person. I'm confused. First look at Victor Zsasz in Gotham.
I believe that.
Looks completely different. Is like bald and scary instead of silver-haired and fairly jovial.
So Francois Chow, I knew him from somewhere. He's the Dharma Initiative guy.
Is that the guy that plays Victor Zsasz?
He's like no, he's like a minor character. He's the Asian dude.
Oh yeah, he was the Dharma Initiative. Yeah.
He has been in one critically acclaimed film, and it was Rescue Dawn.
Oh God. The movie we hated.
I'm curious if we revisited, if we would still hate it.
Yeah.
Christian Bale and Steve Zahn. Wow.
I did not enjoy it.
I mean, I couldn't possibly tell you what it was about. We were so young and so not paying attention.
Oh, it was about POWs in like Vietnam.
Oh, that sounds awful. Anyway,
Who's the guy that plays Victor Zapp?
so
'Cause
watching
I've seen
this
him in
movie-
something. Hang on, you continue. I'm gonna look up Victor Zapp.
the film ends, and I'm sitting there,
Chris Messina.
and I'm running through this sort of process with myself of like, I just really don't know if this film knew its target audience. You know, I felt like it really went like hardcore, violent, gory in some parts, and then really pulled punches in other parts. And then I just don't know that. And all the while, I'm realizing that this film didn't not know its audience. I'm just not this film's audience.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the case.
Yeah, I was like, oh, right. Not every superhero movie has to be for mid-20s cis white dudes.
Yeah. I fell into that trap as well.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I've enjoyed movies more than this, and then I was like, it's probably not my thing though. Like this definitely isn't for me.
No, it is made for and it's good. I really like it. If like a an edgy teenage girl were to approach me and say that she thinks that Helena Bertinelli or Dina Lance or Harley Quinn are like these awesome badass women that they look up to, I mean, I would be like, well, they're all villains, so you need to reshape that mentality. But I see where you're coming from, and they're all great characters.
Definitely.
And I'm with that.
It definitely did a lot toward like reclaiming the Harley Quinn character as well.
Yes. Have you seen these reviews that are like, oh, Harley Quinn's not hot enough?
Yeah, and that's like
What?
those are certified like Rotten Tomatoes reviews. It sucks, man. People suck. Men are trash.
For one, how dare you, Margot Robbie?
The most beautiful woman on earth.
How dare you say that about her? On the other hand, it's like, that's really not the point,
It's
even
not
a
the
little
point
bit.
at all. Yeah.
This is like a woman who's fallen into a vat of poison and then is hyper depressed and is absolutely bonkers.
Right. And like her, character in the comic books wears like a full body Harlequin suit.
Yes.
So like the Daddy's Little Monster baseball team was not exactly, a canon article.
I think that she's probably worn a variety of different things in the comics.
I'm sure, but like when I think Harley Quinn, I still don't pull the images from Suicide Squad.
No, neither do I. Suicide Squad was bonkers. I will say, what is a worse crime? Benedict Cumberbatch or Ewan McGregor doing an American accent?
Ewan McGregor is way better at an American accent than Benedict Cumberbatch was in Doctor Strange.
I feel like
He has improved his
one,
American accent, but
I feel like on day one they were like, "Ewan, you're doing an American accent." And he was like, "I'm doing a what?" And they were like, "You're doing an American accent." And they filmed the first scene on day one, because I remember the first scene where he talks. I was like, "Is he doing it? Is he not? Is he doing it? Is he not? I don't think he is. He's just English. Okay. Hello there. Hello there."
I did really enjoy his performance, though.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did.
If you were to compare Ewan McGregor as Black Mask to, I don't want to go unfair. I was going to say like Jeff Bridges as Obadiah, but that's an unfair comparison, right?
Yeah, Obadiah, underrated.
Yeah. What about like, that's one you're not going to like, Guy Pearce as...
Yeah, I would say pretty on par.
Oh my God, who's Guy Pearce playing?
The Mandarin.
Was he
Aldrich
the Mandarin?
Killian.
Or Aldrich Killian, yeah.
I almost said the Mandalorian.
Right.
Which I would... Second thought. Here's what we do, Marvel. Let's talk. You own Star Wars. You own Disney. You own Star Wars. You own Marvel. Can I get a recut of Iron Man 3 where it's Pedro Pascal in the Mandalorian suit every time it's supposed to be Aldrich Killian?
That would be pretty good.
Like, just instead of the Mandarin, it's the Mandalorian.
Do you want to just revisit Iron Man 3 on Bacon and Eggs now?
Honestly, the movie this reminded me of most was Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. Depressed, sort of.
And the narration.
The
first-person narration.
This is an interesting thing. I wanted to talk about this. I was thinking about this during the film. The narration is brilliant because it's not narration, right? It is, the whole film is, we hear what Harley hears.
What do you mean?
That, like, there are times in the film where she, like, responds to the narration or her voice picks up the narration, but, like, it wouldn't make sense to the person she's talking to.
We're hearing her internal monologue.
Right.
And, like, telling herself
it's
flashbacks. But no, as soon as the narration started, I was like, oh God, we're getting, like, a first-person character narration here. And I don't normally love those. That's a tough sell for me. Like, I don't hate a narrator. I like a third-person, like, Greek chorus, voice of God type narrator.
I feel like, again, this is me not knowing who the audience is because I'm not the audience, so how dare they? This is falling somewhere between, like, what if we made Iron Man 3 but Fight Club, but also Boondock Saints, all the same movie?
I mean, this is DC. This is DC being like, hey, we're still gritty. I promise.
I didn't think it was trying to be gritty. That actually, I'm surprised by that you think that.
I don't think it was trying to be gritty. I think it's just by the nature of the story is grittier than most Marvel stories.
Yes. I do think DC does better in an animated and on the page sort. I don't watch a lot of the animated stuff, but I do know that the DC comic shows I don't know this, but I feel like they're more well received critically than like the Marvel shows. And I
think Marvel and DC have both had their hits and misses as far as TV shows go.
Yes. I also love the DC live action shows, so who am I kidding?
I was going to say, you are like an Arrowverse stan.
You got to be careful saying that, Ethan, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh my God, Tyler knows Arrowverse in and out." I don't think you do.
I don't think you've ever seen an episode of The Flash, but
I watched the pilot and probably the next 2 episodes of Flash, and that was actually when I was like, you know what? I have this perfect little memory of Arrow. I'm gonna stop my whole thing here.
Yeah, put the brakes on all of it and let it ride.
Just let me enjoy what I enjoyed, and then the rest of this universe can develop, and I'm sure I'll miss out on some great things, but what I know and what I love is good, and I'm going to hold on to that memory. And I've continued to do that because I did not like The Flash. And a lot of people were like, oh, I loved The Flash. And I was like, oh, that means it's just going to be more like this. So do not talk to me about Crisis on Infinite Earths. I know what happens at the end, and I'm very sad about it, and I have not watched it.
I mean, they're all CW shows, man. Like, you can only expect so much.
I mean, you say that, but like Gossip Girl stood the test of time.
Has it?
I think if you watched it, you'd be surprised how well it held up. I mean, there's definitely some stuff where like Chuck Bass hits on a 14-year-old in the first episode and then like redeems himself in the second episode. So like, I get it, right?
But like, have you ever seen an episode of Smallville?
No, I won't do it.
It is
I can't do it to myself.
unwatchable. I do not understand.
It's Monster of the Week.
No. You're thinking of Supernatural.
Are they not both the same thing?
Smallville is Superman.
I know, but isn't it just like Superman fights the monster of the week? That's all Arrow is.
I don't know.
Oh.
Do you think I've seen more than like a consecutive... Do you think I've seen consecutive episodes of Smallville? There was like hundreds. It was on forever.
I didn't realize it was Superman until it was over. Of course, I mean, that was just like you didn't watch it once.
Because it's not Superman. It's Clark Kent, the TV show.
That's so boring.
And like, yeah, Supernatural's the same way. That's also a CW show, I think.
Yeah. If not, it's the same thing. Like,
and that's got like 14
WB5
seasons. What'd you say?
I said the WB5. Wasn't that what the
RIP,
CW was?
WB5. Warner Brothers Television.
I mean, that's all it is now. It's the same thing, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Birds of Prey, though.
No birds. Very few birds.
Very few birds.
Big disappointment.
I liked Harley's development. I liked her character. I liked the action sequences. I didn't know you're going to get on me about this. I felt like the action sequences weren't like gory enough. And I know that I'm like,
Tyler, who can't watch Hunt for the Wilder People because the gore bothers him.
I know. I hate that I'm this way. I just have to have faults. But do you know what I mean?
The action sequences I was tired of action by the end of this movie.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about something we stan right from the get-go. Harley Quinn doing roller derby is...
Oh, for sure.
That's the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And just absolutely murking people left and right.
Yes.
For sure.
I'm all in on that. I'm all in.
Harley Quinn's whole breakup, like her post-breakup sequence, was fantastic. Like buying a hyena, starting roller derby, naming the hyena Bruce.
So that is that going to be Robert Pattinson?
You keep saying this. I don't think he's involved.
Involved with what?
The DQ.
Is he not? Is it just a Matt Reeves like sort of Chris Nolan type thing?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
As far as I know, it's like if they change the actor for Batman and like completely do this whole like reveal of the redo and everything, I'm gonna light him on fire. I'm gonna take an entire episode to pull the DCEU apart. Like, you lost Ben Affleck. You pushed him away. You don't get a Batman in this universe anymore. Batman's dead.
Did he die? Is that the fit?
I don't...
I have to tell you when I cried during the movie.
I don't know if he died or not. I don't really care. Justice League is stupid. It's all dumb. I don't want any of these movies to keep being made. Disband the Justice League. Make a formal statement saying you have cut Wonder Woman and Aquaman out of the Justice League and let them make their own movies unburdened.
Do you know when I cried during this film?
I did not cry during this film.
I'll tell you when I cried. It was during the previews when the Wonder Woman 84 preview played.
Oh my God. It looks so bad.
It looks so good. Are you kidding me?
It's just gonna be another like, oh man, weird trendy 80s movie. It's so unnecessary.
Oh, I need everything about it. I literally cried.
It's like
she lassoed some lightning and I sobbed.
This would be if after World War II, after Steve went in the ice, they woke him back up in the 80s, and they were like, let's do an 80s movie about Captain America, and then put him back to sleep.
Except she's awake the whole time. I'm going to play the trailer so I can listen. The song from the trailer is so good.
But like, we don't need a Wonder Woman movie about the 80s. This is the last thing.
Oh, I need the... Oh...
It is just gratuitous, and boy, it looks so bad.
Oh, it looks
It's
so
got
good.
Chris Pine, who's dead, not understanding what a trash can is.
Gal Gadot should be in every movie ever made.
No. You got a weird idea of who we're giving the world to in 2020. And
Laura
let me tell
Dern
you,
and Gal
it's
Gadot.
not Gal Gadot. It's Margot Robbie.
I cannot wait for Wonder Woman 1984. I'll review this with somebody else if I have to. I cannot wait. I need like
I
a
just
Wonder
don't
Woman
want to cover the
t-shirt.
DQ.
We are doing that right now.
Are we though? That's the real question. Nobody's really sure. This is my problem with the DQ. Nobody's really sure. Because
That's kinda what I
the
like
only
about it.
connection this has to the Justice League movies is Ben Affleck's Batman jumping on a car in Suicide Squad.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah, they play Yellow Lamborghini by Rick Ross, or Purple Lamborghini by Rick Ross featuring Skrillex when Batman jumps on top of Joker's Lambo.
Movie
Got that
so bad.
purple Lamborghini lurking. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But
I'm gonna cry again watching this trailer.
oh my god, cry about what?
I just love it.
It's a trailer for a superhero movie.
It's so
There's
good.
not an
It's
emotional
everything.
moment in the trailer.
Oh, it's so. What are you talking about? Not an emotional moment. How many times have you seen somebody lasso lightning? It's honestly this song that gets me so much.
It's knockoff Thor. You know what I'm excited for? Thor: Love and Thunder.
I'm excited for Taika Waititi presents Wonder Woman.
They'd probably be better.
He's not a female. They only get female directors for. I think it's the same lady.
I mean,
For
that
both of
should be
them.
the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. But if there's one man that I could pick to direct a Wonder Woman movie, it would be Taika Waititi.
Oh my
I'll tell
gosh.
you what I'm not excited for. Truth be told, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
You know, I'm curious. I'm very curious about that. Because James Gunn, he's made 2 movies I really do like. I mean, Volume 2 was meh.
It was
best.
bad. It was unforgivably bad.
But first one was so good.
The first
And
one
they did
was
such
so
a-
good. But
they
once
did
you
such a
make that
job
bad
with
sequel,
Suicide
you don't
Squad.
get the job. Like,
Do you know what's funny is he gets his job for this and Volume 3.
yeah. Just being a horrible person. This is like we double rewarded him for getting canceled.
It wasn't our best move.
That's my thing. Is like my hatred for James Gunn. Yes, what he did, what he said was deplorable. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with like you make a movie that bad, you don't hire the guy again.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, Ethan. There's no doubt about that. I just love movies, though. You know, I just feel like we should do a podcast about how much I love movies.
We do a podcast about how much you love movies, and every time I try to criticize anything, you're like, yeah, but just let people like it.
I just love movies so much.
That doesn't mean
Also,
I also love movies. It does not mean I want to watch a James Gunn Suicide Squad movie.
Well, you're going to end up having to, because for whatever reason, even though our audience doesn't demand it, we end up doing all the superhero flicks. Which reminds me, we didn't do Aquaman. What a smack in the face to DC.
Yeah,
Hey, I know
I'm
you made
still here for it.
I heard you made that critically acclaimed superhero film with that guy from Game of Thrones. We're just going to not talk about it.
We had other things going on.
Did we? I don't even remember what we were talking about at the time. Was it something good? Was it like
I don't know.
we covered
It was
Back to the
Christmas
Future?
2018.
Okay, then I don't know.
It was a non-Star Wars Christmas.
It was, but there was 4 blockbusters, and I think that was the blockbuster Christmas. I mean, they're all blockbuster Christmas. There was 4 of them, and we chose to do 1.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
don't
about right.
remember
We
which
try
one.
not to make our audiences go to the theater every week.
Yeah, which is a challenge because like last week we did Parasite, right? Which like you had to rent on iTunes because I would imagine finding I feel like it's easy to find a version of that that's not super good.
That doesn't have subtitles.
That doesn't have subtitles. So you like had to rent it on iTunes. Plus, like you want to get the 4K version if possible, especially with that film. And then this week we made you go to the theater to see Birds of Prey. And I wanted to do Sonic for next week. I'm just going to play a Sonic Born.
I really have no desire to see it. Like,
Really?
yeah, none.
Oh, I love Ben Schwartz. I feel like I should support him.
I don't know. I never really wanted it to be made in the first place. The idea of it is abhorrent to me.
It doesn't look special.
It doesn't look special. Their whole fake, oh, we're remaking the movie thing.
Okay.
I hate it. Because now, and it's doing well in theaters because people feel like they have to go see it. I've seen so many people on the social media being like, well, God, they remade this movie because I complained about it. Now I got to go see it. It's just a pathetic marketing tactic. Also, I think they forgot they were supposed to release it. I really, truly do. Because, like, it opened at, like, a 72 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is like a perfectly acceptable score for a movie like that. That's exactly what I would expect.
Right.
But they didn't release the score till like 11 a.m. Tuesday or Thursday morning.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
So like I straight up think that because I didn't see a trailer for all of January or any of the beginning of February. Like after Christmas, Sonic stopped existing. I didn't know when it was coming out. I had no idea. And all of a sudden, like Tuesday, I see a Sonic trailer every other tweet.
You know what I think is interesting about Sonic is the cover art gives top billing to James Marsden and Jim Carrey, but not to Ben Schwartz.
Well, he's just a voice actor.
Okay.
He's also not a big deal.
He's been around for a while.
He was Jean-Ralphio on Parks and Rec and nothing else.
That's
that is not
true,
exactly a movie audience.
He's in The Force Awakens.
As the guy that beat Boops for BB-8.
He's in apparently a lot of stuff. He was in Lego Movie 2 as Bernarnar.
As who?
Apparently there's a banana, I'm guessing. Bernarnar.
But here's my thing with the Sonic movie is like there's no way they looked at that first model. Like that is an incomplete movie.
My understanding is the only thing that they had finished was the trailer.
It's gotta be, because like there's no way they were like, yeah, we're gonna print the whole movie like this. This looks great. It just doesn't. Nobody would ever look at the original Sonic model and been like, that's what we should go with. Nobody.
They released like a poster beforehand. Do you remember that? The original Sonic poster?
Yeah.
And it had like his legs and they were like, he wasn't wearing shoes or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have no interest in seeing it. Maybe we'll cover it. I don't know. I have I would like to cover something next week that people might have seen.
What movies have people seen?
I don't know, but at the same time, our audience, especially people on Discord, every single week are like, are you going to cover the new movie for this week? And like, we're just not that podcast.
No, we're not. You know what else I've decided is God, these Sonic posters are terrible. Good Lord. My goal with Bacon and Eggs is to not be your average movie podcast.
So then we don't cover Sonic. Got it.
Sonic. I'm going to play a Sonic born.
My thing is like people we've already missed the like this is my thing is I don't want to do two movies
weeks
in a week on the wrong or two new movies in a row on the wrong week. Yeah.
Yeah. I also know that it's February and we haven't done like a single Black History Month thing. So maybe we should do something.
Yeah, we should do.
That.
I was definitely also thinking that. But
Yeah.
also like the reviews that I was seeing from people that have seen Sonic so far, like real people that have seen it have been like, yeah, that's a perfectly acceptable kids movie.
Yeah. I sat through a film.
And like we don't really cover kids movies here.
Oh, next week on Bacon and Eggs, Paw Patrol the movie.
No, thank you. Family friendly does not mean content created for children.
I know. That's why we're not doing Paw Patrol the movie. We're doing Pokemon 2000.
Is that the one with Lugia and the really sad ocarina song?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's a good one. Banger. Probably terrible. Haven't seen it since college.
I would be surprised if it had a Rotten Tomatoes score. I would be.
I think it was released in theaters. It was definitely released in theaters. I saw it.
Pokemon the movie 2000, no score.
No
Oh,
score.
no. Oh, God. Oh, no, it has the score.
Oh,
God.
yeah, it is not good.
Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, but Veronica Taylor has a headshot and voiced a character in this movie.
It has got a 56% audience score based on 59,000 user ratings. 59,000 people went on Rotten Tomatoes and said, you know what? I'm going to review Pokemon 2000. Might have. Heck. Go around and review Pokemon 2000.
Did you know Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon Forever, Pokemon 3 the movie, Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo vs. Mew, and Pokemon Mewtwo Returns? Of all of those movies, the highest score is Pokemon 3 the movie with a 21%.
Oh, that's the one with Entei.
Yes.
I weep. I weep
I also
every
did
time.
not know that Ash was voiced by a grown woman named Veronica Taylor.
Almost all male leads in cartoons are voiced by women, like
Named
young
Tara
male
Strong.
leads.
But we're not doing the dive down IMDb podcast.
What was I going to say? Oh, the other reason I think the other problem we've run into is that we definitely promised people we were going to cover the To All the Boys I Loved Before sequel, and we haven't, and it's out.
Oh, crap. I heard that was really, really bad.
That's got a 75%.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Don't lie to me.
To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. 75% critic rating and 44% audience rating.
44%
Audience rating based on 197 audience reviews. That is so many less than Pokemon 2000.
Oh, this looks so bad.
I've heard that we will like it, though, because we're Peter Kavinsky stands.
I thought it was a Jordan Fisher thing.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid that she gives the letter to at the end is now Jordan Fisher.
Okay, so it just like was the wrong person.
Yeah, they just changed the actor.
Okay.
I believe. I don't know. He's not listed in this cast on Rotten Tomatoes, but oh yeah, he is. John Ambrose McLaren.
John Ambrose McLaren's dad drives a cool car.
Probably.
It's just based entirely on name.
There was a secondary driver in Ford versus Ferrari named McLaren. It was like Bruce McLaren.
I bet he, you know what I bet he drove?
I bet he had something to do with it, at least.
I want to get back to Birds of Prey, though. Tell me, where were you at with the gore? I felt like I wanted a bigger hammer, and I wanted... The slow-mo was in the wrong spot.
You think?
Yeah, it was like slow-mo. Like, if it was like a cartwheel into a kick to the face, the slow-mo was in the cartwheel, not the kick to the face.
So this movie doesn't have a whole lot of what we would normally call story going on. Like, there's great development with Harley Quinn and her whole breakup scene, but other than that, it's really about waiting for a small Asian girl to poop at a diamond. Like, when it all comes down to it, that's what this movie's about. And there's some action sequences gratuitously dumped on.
There's also a storyline with Victor Zsasz and Ewan McGregor. There's some weird stuff, dude. I feel like there's scenes in this movie that obviously I cannot relate to that would like really make you feel like, oh, wow. Yeah, Ewan McGregor's character is horrible.
Was there a but to that sentence? I don't know what you're saying.
No, I just mean like, I felt like it didn't, again, this is a I'm not the right audience thing.
You should also sit up and talk into your microphone.
I thought I was talking into my microphone. I was watching my waveforms and everything.
Well, you sound very different now.
Okay, well now I am
have some
here.
good audio posture.
Audio posture. That's what we're here for. Welcome back to Staking and Begs.
This is the thing, though. It's like, if I leave this in, the audience could tell the difference between your sitting. Like, they will have gone, oh, that does sound better.
Oh, yeah, he's right. That does. Yeah.
His diaphragm isn't compressed.
Diaphragm. Yep.
So, the villain is a bad person, is I think what you were saying.
Right. He's a worse person than Harley. Harley is like, I see where you're coming from. And the bad guy, I feel like the bad guy to a bad guy has to just be like, oh, he's evil because he is.
Right. It's like, we get no motivation for Roman other than like, oh, his dad cut him out of his own company. Dang.
But it didn't seem like it mattered. He had this appeared to be pretty successful
Yeah, he appeared to be
club.
pretty successful. He had some money. He had a club.
He had all these. He was able to travel the world and collect these masks.
And a car.
He had a nice car, like a Rolls Royce.
And a driver. And a henchman.
And a singer on retainer.
At his club. Who's got a killer voice.
A killer voice. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about the Birds of Prey themselves. Now, does the cop have like a cool superhero name?
No.
Okay, so she's just the cop.
She's just the cop. The drunk cop.
I love how they pointed out. She just says 80s cop things all the time.
Yeah, that was her introduction.
And then she does, like, the whole movie.
And she was like a good cop. She comes from a family of good cops.
Comes from a family of good cops. I wanted more hyena.
Yeah, Bruce was underutilized in this movie.
Yeah, I felt like there was a scene where they were like, oh, Bruce ate a dude. And then that was the end of it.
Yeah, and then he almost dies.
But doesn't. From the explosion that he ran toward. Yeah. Hyenas are big. Is that what a hyena looks like?
Yeah.
That's a big dog.
That's a big dog. Got little roundy barriers.
Yeah, it's a cute big dog. That wasn't a real hyena. That was
that was a CGI hyena.
That was a CGI. That's what I thought. Yeah, you didn't fool me.
Yeah, DC said, hey, Lion King, can I borrow that particular line of code, please?
Right. Yeah, it's just one rendered model.
They hired Industrial Light and Magic to like make the hyena, and somebody went in like file open hyena paste hyena.
Of the Birds of Prey, between Harley Quinn, the Huntress, and the Black Canary, and Renee Montoya, who did you feel like? I mean, do you have a favorite here? I feel like if you're watching it as a fan, you walk out, you're on Amazon, you have $10 to buy a pop figure. Which one are you buying?
See, here's the wild thing: is like I've never to this day seen a trailer for this movie. This was like the worst advertised superhero movie ever.
I saw a trailer. I know I'd seen the outfit that's like a clear vest with the caution tape.
I had seen nothing. Not a trailer on Instagram, not on Twitter, not on television, nowhere.
Okay.
I saw a poster at the movie theater like months ago, and I was like, what is Birds of Prey?
And then here we are.
So like, I didn't know what to expect from this movie, but like, I didn't know that it was like a Harley Quinn centric movie.
I did not either. I thought it was going to get more of each of the others.
I thought it was going to be like Harley Quinn was like included, sort of.
I thought she was going to be the lead as much as like Tony and Cap were the leads in Avengers.
I thought she was going to be like the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Okay, no, I didn't think that.
But I didn't know anything about this whole all-male team. But it seems like Black Canary is the only one that has any kind of superpower.
And I think Harley Quinn is super strong.
Is she?
I don't
from
know
the acid.
that-
I don't really know what the acid is supposed to do to these people.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I don't know what the acid is supposed to do. Harley is super smart. I know that.
I know that, yeah.
And she's handicapped by, like, being crazy. Ouch.
And she says that several times in this movie. She's like, yeah, you gotta go get a PhD and then become a psychiatrist, then fall in love with your patient, and then get broken up with by your patient, then bust him out of Arkham Asylum, and then fall in acid for him, and then get broken up with him again.
Yeah. And then the Huntress, Helena Bertinelli, is I think she is in the same vein as, like, Batman, where she doesn't have, like, superpowers, but she's, like...
She's super rich.
Super rich and, like, trained by the League of Assassins and, like, it is, for all intents and purposes, like an assassin beyond what any soldier would ever be.
Oh, for sure.
But then, yeah, Black Canary
Because she was
has
able
the
to kill
voice
4
thing.
people with a crossbow in, like, a second.
Right, the crossbow killer.
That's what got her to take the mask or that hood off. She's like, I'm not the crossbow killer. Like, what?
The Huntress. And then I guess, yeah, Perez would just have, like, cop training.
She's just a cop, yeah. A drunk cop.
Drunk cop. Comes from a line of drunk cops.
Yeah, I could live with
But
that.
you leave the theater, you pull up Amazon, and you say, I'm going to buy one pop figure from this movie because I liked it, and I would like to display that I liked it on my shelf. Which one do you buy?
Harley Quinn with sandwich.
Did you pull up Amazon? Is
I
that
did
an
not,
option?
but if it's not a thing, it needs to be.
Harley Quinn with sandwich is a good one. Let's see. Let's go shopping.
Oh, there's a Harley Quinn with hyena, and she's wearing pajamas and holding ice cream.
Yes, that's a good one.
And Bruce has the leg.
That's good.
That's
too.
a good one, yeah.
I like Black Canary with the baseball bat. That's a good one. Oh man.
And there's also Harley Quinn with one shoe on.
Harley Quinn roller derby's a good one.
There's a Harley Quinn with the beaver. I do like the one with Harley Quinn with the roller skates and the hammer.
There's a lot of Harley Quinn.
Well, yeah.
She's the lead here.
I mean, it's about her for sure.
Oh, I like Harley Quinn. Is it one shoe? Oh, that is what it is. I thought there were 2 different boots.
No, it's one boot. That's
And then
Harley
there's
Quinn
just a
leaving the
sock.
club because she
Yeah.
has the sandwich. That is Harley Quinn with sandwich.
Yes. Yeah, crying Harley Quinn with the ice cream and the pajamas might be my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Especially since it comes with a Bruce.
Yeah, and you always want a Bruce.
That appears to be a BoxLunch.com exclusive.
I'm on cardboardconnection.com.
Are you? Because it says Box Lunch exclusive here.
I believe that is the case.
Harley Quinn brokenhearted.
I can buy them from people who have already bought them.
Gotcha.
I don't like that all the Roman Sionis ones are exactly the same pose.
Yeah, that's a definite cop-out for sure.
Yeah.
This is not good audio.
So you're buying Harley Quinn. That would be your favorite character here. You didn't feel like you got to
No, yeah,
spend enough time
definitely
with
not. I
any
mean,
of
this is
the
a Harley
others to
Quinn movie.
identify.
It's about Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and I remember watching an interview before the film came out where Margot Robbie was like, well, it's not called Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn exists with other characters. Even, as a comic book character, she's like a companion to Joker. Like, she always is part of a group. It wouldn't make sense to have her on a story by herself.
Well, they kind of did.
What's that?
They kind of did, though.
And that was that was actually kind of what surprised me when I went into the film. I was like, okay, but this is all about just her. So
Yeah.
I was a little sad about that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's a cool character for sure. But like, we didn't get to spend enough time with any of the rest of them.
Yeah, I felt like you could give me a whole film about Helena Bertinelli.
I don't know about that.
Well,
That would sort of be like a Black Widow movie.
oh, dude, you know what's crazy? Okay, so speaking of Black Widow,
It would
film,
be like to me, if you make a Dinah Crane movie, you're making a Black Widow movie. If you're making a Helena Bertinelli movie, you're making like
Dinah Lance.
Yeah. Sorry, Dinah Lance. If you make a Helena Bertinelli movie, you're making a like Maria Hill movie.
Have you met Ted?
Yeah, like I just don't. She was cool, but she wasn't really around much.
No, I liked the Huntress. Every time she's on screen, though, it brought me joy. I hope we get more of her in subsequent films, even if it is as a side character.
Well, it almost certainly will be as a side character, since the only other announced film is Suicide Squad.
Is she in it?
I don't know, but there's no other movies right now, so I can't speak to other movies that she might be in. But I sincerely doubt that we get I sincerely doubt that we get a Huntress movie.
You're probably right.
But anyway, you had a point to make about Black Widow, the movie.
Yeah, I saw previews for Black Widow and for Wonder Woman 1984, which take my money now. Is there a Venmo to Gal Gadot that I can just like, I don't want anything like that in return. I just want to, thanks for existing.
Yeah, I don't think she needs your $12.50.
I bet she makes less money doing movies than she does. What is the other thing she does? Modeling?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, saw the Black Widow trailer. This is the first time I watched the Black Widow trailer, and something clicked for me. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's see this film.
I'm still not on board.
I'll still give it my 12.50, still covered in bacon and eggs. But I'm still not like.
I want it known that I'm covering
this.
it on bacon and eggs, begrudgingly.
That is the week. That is a crossover week where Ethan and I actually go cover Les Mis on Sincerely Us, and they just come and talk about Black Widow.
I am only excited. The only thing, Black Widow, and literally she's the first billed cast member, is I'm excited to watch Florence Pugh in another movie.
Is that who that is?
Yeah. Yep.
Can she just take over the role? Can they like superimpose her in the rest of the Black Widow character parts?
Maybe that will be the thing that happens since Natasha Romanoff is dead AF.
She did get thrown off a cliff in exchange for the Soul Stone.
I don't think she's dead, but I cannot see them waiting until now to make this weird, like, in-betweequel if she was dead. But no, I am excited to watch Florence Pugh in another movie, but that is about it, because I don't trust David Harbour to be good, because he, I believe, has the only 0% superhero movie.
No, that can't be right.
Like major motion picture superhero movies, yeah, I don't think any of them get zeros. Except for Hellboy.
That can't be right.
I mean, The Incredible Hulk has like a 65.
What about Hulk?
A Hulk by Ang Lee, the Eric Bana Hulk.
I wonder if that movie's any good.
I have no idea.
Do you ever...
Ang Lee won like Best Picture like 2 years later, so... For The Life of Pi, a movie I still have not seen.
I've also not seen that, but it looked cool. They like CG'd a tiger into a movie.
Yeah, I thought I had seen it, and then I watched part of it, and I was like, I've never seen this.
Oh, he did Gemini Man, too.
Oh, yeah, everybody loved that one.
I don't know that I would say Life of Pi 7 years later was 2 years later.
Was it 7 years later?
Yeah. Brokeback Mountain was 2 years later.
I thought that Life of Pi was like 2006.
Actually, I lied. Brokeback Mountain was 7 years prior to Life of Pi. Hulk was 03, and Life of Pi was 12.
Was it 2012?
Yeah.
We were college when that came out? That doesn't seem possible.
That doesn't seem possible, because it seems like John Wiggins talked to me about that movie.
I really thought it was 2006.
I feel like John Wiggins talked to me about
that
that
maybe I have
movie.
seen Life of Pi. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie. I don't know.
No, you're thinking of Life of Pi. If you're picturing a film cover that is a man standing on a boat with a tiger,
yeah,
that's the one.
Eric Bana Hulk, 62%.
Oh my God, I've taken it back. The worst film that could ever be created is being created in theaters February 21st. It's tomorrow, Ethan. Tomorrow, the day this comes out. I don't even know if I want to tell you what it's called.
What is it called?
The Impractical Jokers movie.
Oh, God. Why?
I can think of no worse television.
Why?
I just feel like, one, they're just four cis-het white dudes that are mean to each other and then laugh the entire time. And two, even if you're into like Schadenfreude blue humor, it's not funny.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
It's just bad. Oh, I hate that this is a real thing.
Apparently Hellboy has a 17%. I thought it was a 0%.
Heck yeah,
I don't know why.
go Hellboy.
Somebody told me it was a 0%, and I guess I believed them.
I'm sure at some point it was.
Yep, David Harbour, Hellboy, 17%.
I wonder if it was any good. I wonder, because I remember when that came out, there was a bunch of people who were like, oh, critics don't know anything, man. This movie's sweet. I wonder if those people are just wrong, which usually those people are wrong. But I have no ground to stand on. I didn't see it.
The highest rated Hellboy movie is Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
With?
86%.
That's pretty good.
The Ron Perlman ones have 81 and 86% respectively.
That's pretty good. Go Ron.
Yeah, they're good movies. I mean, I haven't seen the second one, but the first one's good. It's a good movie. Came out a long time ago. Not long enough for there to have already been a remake that's a couple years old by now, but a long time ago nonetheless.
Okay, Spider-Man.
I mean, yeah, it was too soon to reboot Spider-Man 3 times.
Oh, man. Did you know the good thing about Spider-Man is that he's such a good and easy to portray and write for a character that, like I was talking to a coworker about this today. Of course, that detail doesn't matter. But, like, Joker and Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad universe fall into, like, the same category as Spider-Man in that they're, like, just granted their superpower or their, like, chaotic feature. In that, like, they fall into a vat of poison or they're bit by a spider. As opposed to the, like, non-super characters where, like, even Batman sort of falls into that category because he, like, trains with the super assassins and stuff like that. As opposed to what I imagined the, like, most recent Joker film was where, like, there is no superpower. He's just a crazy person.
I don't think there's a Batman either.
A Batman that...
like, exists in that universe.
Which universe? Oh, in the Joker universe?
Yeah. I don't think anybody has superpowers. I might be wrong. Still haven't seen it.
I don't think we're going to watch it, and if we do, I don't really care if it's spoiled. I think there is a young Bruce Wayne towards the end.
Is there? Okay.
I think that's a thing.
Although, I will say, watching this movie kind of made me want to watch it a little bit.
It's crazy is I've said that once it comes out on streaming, I'll probably end up seeing it. I don't know that there's a non-pay to rent version to see it, like a Netflix, Disney Plus. Obviously, it's not Disney Plus. Can you freaking imagine?
There's not. It is still.
You still have to pay like $4.99.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, iTunes is jacking those prices up too.
I know. What the heck?
New movies are starting to get expensive. I think I paid like $6.99 to watch Parasite.
Did you really? Did I pay $6.99 to watch Parasite?
Maybe it's something else. I watched something else recently that was either $5.99 or $6.99 to rent, and like $25 to buy. And I was like, I'm gonna start using Redbox again.
Right?
Like, we're getting to the point where it's kind of worth going out and getting the DVD.
Oh yeah. If it's something that I think that I'm gonna see more than once, or I think would be nice to have on an airplane as I travel more and more, I will just plain buy it.
I bought Ford versus Ferrari for $20 because I had to see it and it wasn't available for rent. And I had to see it.
I still haven't seen it.
Well, you can log into my iTunes and watch it, by God, because it's bought there.
It's there. It's in 4K in all its glory.
You will absolutely love it.
I'm sure I will. It looks good.
I know I've said that every week since I watched it, but like, I do think it was of the, like, with the exception of Parasite, which is like obviously an artwork of the Oscar like best picture things. I think it was my favorite.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite was. I still think it's probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I enjoyed Ford versus Ferrari a lot more than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It occupies a lot of similar spaces. Like, it is much more fun than the other nominees. No, that's not true. The most fun was Jojo Rabbit.
Ooh,
that was fun. That was a fun one. That's what I paid $6.99 to watch.
Well, you know those films out of New Zealand. The Kiwis. Oh, we're back to Kiwis. Can I have a Kiwi doll in my house? No, we're not doing this again.
If there's we can talk about birds. I'm willing to talk about birds on this episode. I made a tweet about birds, but
welcome to your favorite ornithological podcast. This week on the show, I'm interviewing Harley Quinn herself.
That's what the Hash Friends is this week. We just talk about birds.
Birds. We talk about birds on the show all the time. People be like, oh my God, more birds content.
And eggs. Get it?
Birds lay eggs. Birds lay eggs. That's the show.
Birds and eggs.
Water too wet.
That took me a second.
Yeah. Birds lay eggs. Welcome back to Birds Lay Eggs. I'm your host, Tyler Attenborough. Today... That's what we could do. We could pick a YouTube video that did not tell people what YouTube video it is and just sort of narrate what the birds are doing.
No. We just pick a YouTube video of birds.
Yeah,
like of birds doing bird stuff.
Let me. You know what? I'll help you out with this.
I'm gonna just Google birds.
4K burbs.
The first thing that comes up when you type in birds, I just typed in birds, not 4K birds. I typed in birds, and it's calming TV for cats, cat TV, my garden birds, relaxing nature, music for cats to sleep. 1.8 million views. It is 8 hours and 9 minutes long.
This one's 2 hours and 46 minutes. This is going to be a long hash brown.
The problem is, I don't have any idea.
On a shot of the Serengeti, we see a creek as it winds through and trees growing in all directions. There are fallen branches and tree trunks scattered throughout this wilderness graveyard.
So is this our hash brown for the week? Because I'll tell you what, this cat sleep video that I was watching, calming TV for cats, does kind of smack.
This is my favorite video I've ever seen on the entire internet. This is the greatest piece of content that has ever been produced.
Please send me this bird video that you're watching.
Oh my God. It's not funny in the slightest, but you need to, you have a 4K monitor?
No.
1080?
I have 2.7K.
Okay. It's going to look even better than my screen then.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have my monitor and it was not 4K.
No, it's 1080. HDMI though makes a difference. This is some rich content. Oh my God. The bird eats a bug.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Get that bell on. We really do. Open on the Serengeti.
Why would I lie to you about this?
It sounded like such bullshit.
This is me training to be a dungeon master.
Good cut. If this was being narrated, this would be a great documentary.
That's why we're going to narrate it.
Yeah, but you weren't narrating it like David Attenborough would have narrated Planet Earth.
No, he would have been like, and this is George. That's a dragonfly.
These are some chubby birds sitting on a stick.
Do you see these shots?
Yeah,
this is birds of prey like we never deserved it. Wow.
I can link to this. I'm gonna bookmark.
This is erudite podcasting right here.
I'm gonna link to this. It's but if you want to look it up on YouTube, it's 4K 10-bit color amazing African birds part 3 African wildlife video 3 HRS beautiful bird sounds.
It is 2 hours and 46 minutes long, and the hash browns will be Ethan and I chatting while watching the birds. And until such a time, I will pause it to listen to Ethan and I chat about that. Pledge $10 monthly to Ethan and I. No, $5 monthly to Ethan and I. That is the type of content that before show Tyler was talking about, which, because I don't edit this show, if you didn't know this, dear listener, I record that right before we record the show.
I'll tell you what, Inesita Puignet really nailed it with this comment that says, I appreciate wild sound with no music. Thanks for that. Really nailed that one on the head.
You know what's funny is I've been watching it when I was listening to Gravedigger by Dave Matthews Band, because I'm the king of multitasking on this podcast.
If by multitasking do you mean not paying attention?
No,
because you are the king of doing that.
No, I am paying attention. The Gravedigger is just, it's there to kind of keep you, do you see this? This is what it keeps you with.
Amazing Nature Relaxation Therapy just said, these birds are so beautiful. They are amazing animals. I know it's a lot of work, but it would be amazing to see a label for each bird. Thanks for posting these -H.
You know what's crazy? Dear commenter? I thought the exact same thing.
I did as well.
I was like, wow, this is amazing. What kind of bird is that?
Martin Shkreli taught me that any comment that is labeled -H came directly from the soul of Harambe. So he really wants to know.
Who taught you this?
Martin Shkreli.
The criminal with the Wu-Tang album?
The criminal with the Wu-Tang album. Do you not remember the part on Twitter where he was like, I speak for Harambe. Every tweet labeled -H is from Harambe's consciousness.
Oh, grave digger, when you dig my grave. Okay.
I paused on this bird halfway through nomming on this bug, and he's just like,
Ugh. You could just click right through. Boom. Great bird shot. Boom. Serengeti. Oh, no. Squarespace ad. Still a great shot. Oh, the Serengeti we do not deserve. Oh, Serengeti in my face.
Let me
tell you about something that's been really bothering me lately, Ethan.
Stop cupping the mic immediately.
Earlier, I'm going to stand up for this because I feel like I need some space.
God,
I need to be able to stretch. I need that's exactly what I need. I've been doing a lot of standing at work lately, and it's been changing my life. Okay, so earlier today, I was chatting with my two best friends, you and Mary Clay, about Mary Clay posted on her Instagram story something absolutely criminal. It was that she prefers self-checkout to live person checkout. And you guys both gave me so much crap about this because for whatever reason,
you immediately came in with your boomer opinion. That was just like,
not a boomer opinion.
Regular person in a store.
It's a regular person. It's an art form. Bag the grocery, ring the grocery, bag the grocery, chat with the patron. It's what makes the grocery store worth going to.
But I don't want to chat with a stranger.
The grocery store. I do. That's why I went to the grocery store. I went to Kroger for the excellent service. If I wanted cheap groceries, I would have gone to Food Lion.
What excellent service are you getting at Kroger? When was the last time you met a competent cashier?
You know what drives me crazy is when they're not competent, because every so often
every so often you go into a Kroger and you meet a cashier who really loves their job, who really takes pride in the work they do. And there's nothing better than meeting people who take pride in the work that they do. It's just so refreshing and so like, wow, the work you do helps you provide for your family and also helps this business support its community. But instead, you hate everything about your job. Yeah, Kroger. When I think of community, I think of Kroger. The third largest company in the world. I know maybe you don't, but Kroger sponsors local high schools. I'm going to Kroger's defense. Kroger sponsors local high school like booster programs. Kroger has like discounts in the like high school card things. They employ a lot of high schoolers, which is really cool. It's a great program. Okay. So let's you can use the self checkout is the worst possible. You can use what if you're buying alcohol? Boom. Woo. Okay, so don't bring alcohol through the self checkout.
Sir, I need to check your ID. And then it's like, oh my gosh, okay, here you go, buddy. I promise you I'm of age. I know you're not, because I used to work here. They're definitely not putting 21 plus in this section of the store. So just chill, bro. We're good. And then, what if you're buying produce? It's like, oh, I'm going to ring up these avocados and limes. That's criminal. You can't just do that. That's breaking the law.
Actually, I can.
And I don't want to know the codes. I don't want to cycle through the codes. I've had the job. I've done the codes. I want to watch somebody who's good at this job being like, oh, those are limes. And like just
when was the last time? When was the last time you met somebody that had the codes down? Never.
It was years. Nicole Kesey, do you remember her? She knew the codes, man. We had a board of like who can ring up and bag and everything the fastest. And the person who was the fastest was usually not the most personable. What are the odds?
Also, I have only done the ring the produce up as other produce at Walmart, and I don't feel bad about it.
You think the Walton family's doing okay?
And also, the Walmart self-checkout is superior to every other self-checkout.
Okay, so Walmart self-checkout is still, I have to scan my own groceries. It's like, they pay people to do that for you.
Yeah, but then they make small talk, and then I can't take my AirPods. I have to take my AirPods out.
Exactly. I want the small talk.
That's fine. You can want the small talk, but don't act like you're coming from some position of superiority here.
Everyone should want the small talk. Let's talk to each other more. Let's go out in public and let's chat more.
But that's the thing is I don't want to talk to strangers I'm never going to see again.
I want to chat with them. I want to talk
Kroger's
to
not the place I'm trying to build rapport with my employees.
No, I'm not trying to build rapport with them. They're trying to build rapport with me so that I come back to Kroger.
But I'm going to
instead
come
of
back
being like, Tyler, look, only one lane is open and it's only if you have less than 12 groceries. I know you have a full cart of stuff. Go bring it up yourself, loser. I hate that. I hate everything about that. I have a family. Who's faster at ringing groceries? Professional grocery ringer-uppers.
If you have a full cart of groceries, you should not go through the self-checkout. You're the reason self-checkout sucks.
I don't want to go through self-checkout. There's one lane open. And
then you just go through it. You can't. They can't tell you if there's one line open. They can't tell you it's express only. The only time I ever go through, and I've done this a dozen times for this specific reason, the only time I ever go through the self-checkout at Kroger with alcohol is when I'm on my way to like a dinner engagement or like a game night at your house or Chris's house. I'll go to the Towers Kroger.
Yep. Towers Kroger.
On my way and pick a bottle of wine. And it's Friday night or Saturday night, like 7:30 p.m., 7:25 p.m. Might be running a little bit late. Mm-hmm. And there's one lane open, and I'm like, everybody in the world is in this lane. And so I have to go through self-checkout with the wine, and they're like, ugh.
They got to log it. They got to be like, oh, let me grab a manager to get the
That's not even close to being true. They just scan their card, and they type in 01/01/1940.
That's exactly what they do. I did 11/11/11/11.
Sell a lot of wine to, like, Roman legionaries.
You know what? I remember this is a great example of why the small talk matters. One time I was ringing people up and I was 14 and I worked at Kroger. I had no idea what older people than me looked like. I didn't know if you were 7 years older than me or 70 years older than me. You were older than Tyler. I rang this lady up and I was like, ma'am, I'm just going to need to see your ID. She was like, I haven't been carded in 40 years. And I was like, okay, well I've already said it. So I can't now I can't just take it back. And she was like, oh gosh, I can't get it out. And then she was like, you just made my day, young man. And I was like, well, you're welcome. And that was a great moment. And I remember that. That was 13 years ago that happened. Half of my life has happened since I carded that one lady.
People,
when I carded people at the
don't
bar,
want to make small talk
the bar
with.
People went to like make small talk with the waiters. Me, when I carded people there, they'd be like, Tyler, seriously? I'm like, listen, man, I'm not going to jail over your $2 beer, okay? Just let me see your freaking driver's license. We have class together. Oh, I know it's a fake. No, I cannot serve you beers. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten upset with somebody for carding me.
Yeah, because we're young enough that it makes sense.
The thing is, like, if you ask somebody at the table for their ID, and I pull up my ID, and then you look at me and you're like, oh, I don't need it. Just freaking look at it, man. Like, it's already out of my wallet.
Oh, I know, right? Just take it.
Take it, look at it. You know I'm 21. I know I'm 21. Just like, I already got it out for you, though. Because everybody else at the table got carded, I didn't.
Do you ever feel like, I had a point here. Oh, do you ever feel like you know too much about your ID?
No.
I'm always afraid that they're going to get it and they're going to be like, what's the birthday? And I'll be like, December 1st, 1992. And they're like, wow, you got that really quick. You rehearsed that?
Nobody's ever going to do that.
That's my birthday. They would talk about it. Then we talk about it. And I'm like, no, it's my birthday. And then one time, I don't know why I did this. I was like 24 at the time. I handed them my ID, and I just recited my driver's license number because I know it off the top of my head.
I do as well.
And that's like so suspect. I almost said it here on the podcast. And I was like, no, I think
I almost did as well.
I think that could be identified for other things. But I just recited it, and I feel like that's super suspicious to be like, yes, this is my ID. I'm Tyler D. Carlin. I was born 12/01/1992, and my driver's license number is. I feel like at that point the person's like, yeah, this is a fake. I just so you know.
Yeah. But no, like people I don't want to make small talk with include cashiers at Kroger, Uber drivers.
You don't want to talk to the Uber driver?
The people that are getting the stuff out of the cases for me at Best Buy.
Yeah, that is somebody I not want to talk to.
I don't want to talk to. That's the thing is, I didn't want to have to talk to them in the first place. And
Right.
here's my thing about the Best Buy in Roanoke, and this has been my last 6 experiences buying something here, to the point where I'm about to stop using Best Buy. That,
no,
if I don't need something that's in the case, if I'm in there trying to buy a memory card or whatever, the blue shirts will hound me and be like, hey, just let me know if you need anything. Just making sure you're just looking at you, just making sure you don't need anything, don't need me to get you anything out of the cases. You don't want to buy anything expensive. And then I'm in there trying to buy AirPods out of the case, and I'm standing there waving my arms in the aisle, and there's nobody.
There's nobody there.
I'm like, the one time I needed you people, there's nobody.
You know what frustrates me more than anything is Best Buy employees don't make commission. It is literally just their manager hounding them to be like, just talk to all the customers. That's what they expect, and that's what they want when they come here.
I don't want to talk to anybody at a store.
Best Buy employee knows this. I'm certain the Best Buy employee knows this.
I don't want to talk to anybody at Best Buy. I'm going in there as Ron Swanson and being like, I know more than you.
A lot of times.
Here's my process for buying something at Best Buy.
I've researched it immensely.
I know exactly what I want, and I know that you have it in stock. I looked it up before I drove across town. That's why I'm here, and I know where it is.
Have you ever done this thing where you're like, I know you have it in stock. I'm not doing store pickup because I don't trust you to grab the right item.
I'm not doing store pickup because I've decided I want it, and I have to have it now. And if I do store pickup, it's going to take you 3 hours. Because here's the thing: I've done it before, where they were like, "Why don't you do store pickup?" And I was like, "I was at Target next door, and Target didn't have the thing, and I know you have it."
I checked the app. I walked over here after I checked the app. I was in.
I don't want to talk to somebody at American Eagle. I don't want to talk to somebody at any store that isn't.
Here's what I don't want. Here's the small talk I don't want: is could you please open a changing room for me?
Seriously, just
you know why?
Just let me open the doors.
Just leave them open. You know the problem with this is, and I get why they don't do it, because then you can just open the doors on random strangers and be like a weirdo.
No, they lock from the inside.
That's true. That's a good point. Look at you making good points. Look at you. They should hire you.
I've had this thought before, believe it or not, where I'm like, I don't want to have to talk to you to get changing room.
Because my big fear is that I'm going to walk up there and be like, hey, I just need a changing room. And they're going to be like, you want to try that on? Why? Look, I'm so concerned that they're going to make fun of me for the clothes that I picked out to try on.
And here's the thing with changing rooms. I hate using changing rooms. Do I fold the thing and put it back? Do I leave it in the changing room? Do I leave it on the rack outside? It is a different etiquette at every store. I mean,
it is?
The answer is never fold it and put it back, but...
No, the answer is leave it in the changing room.
Or on the thing outside the changing rooms. I've been yelled at for leaving stuff in the changing rooms before.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, there are stores where I just don't try stuff on.
And then there's I'll open the changing room door and there's somebody standing there going, so what'd you think? Didn't fit, huh?
Yeah. Didn't fit, did it? Yeah, I could have told you that. Could have told you that. People your size tried that size on all the time.
There's no way that you're a large. Which nobody's ever said that to me, but they do like, so how was everything? Everything good? Everything good? You want to buy 17 pairs of pants?
But the thing is, I know none of these retail employees in Roanoke, none of them care what you buy.
No, for sure.
None of them.
But it's the mall retail upsell.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, did you know that we're having a if you buy 14 pairs of pants, you get 11 free? Just today only. Today in store only.
Trying to get rid of these pants.
If you buy 100 pairs of jeans, we'll give you a cat. Thank you.
If you open an American Eagle credit card, you get 20% off the order. And a free cat.
Yeah, welcome to Macy's. Would you like to buy a Macy's card today? You get 5% off your $14 t-shirt.
No, buddy. I'm going to save that for when I buy something expensive
Right.
that
It's
I
like,
then forget to pay off.
This is why I go through the self-checkout machine at Target, because the self-checkout machine at Target is a religious experience. Nothing works better in the world than the self-checkout machine at Target.
Walmart was the best. No, Target
but
has
Target doesn't sell
employees.
like unless you go like super Target.
Target pays their employees a living wage in Roanoke, which is like obviously they're good employees now. I go through the checkout line to chat with the employee because they care about their job.
I
relish
go through
in the real checkout.
Hold on, I'm
at
right
Target.
about this. Shut up.
There's no way you're right about this.
No, I am right about this. I go through the checkout or the self-checkout at Target because the self-checkout at Target isn't going to try to sell me on getting a Target red card to pay for my deodorant.
I pay with a red card every time I go to Target.
I do not. I don't have a Target credit card.
Oh, yeah. So this is maybe the difference. Like when I appear with have you seen Up in the Air when George Clooney walks down the special aisle and like presents him with the card and the employee at American Airlines
that's
is like...
me at Best Buy.
It's me at Target at Best Buy.
One time I tried to return something to
Carlin.
Best Buy because I got the wrong thing. Like it wasn't going to work. And I was like, hi, I don't have the receipt. Can I return this? And they pulled up my phone number. And they were like, sir, you're Elite Preferred. You could return something you bought at Target. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Okay, cool. I'm going to Target now.
But no, it's like and this is everywhere with store cards. But usually, when I'm at a place that has a store card, I'm buying something that is more than like $8.
Correct. I'm not using the store card if I'm not making a major purchase.
Right. It's like I'm at Target because I need a bathing suit because I leave somewhere. I leave for a trip tomorrow, and I don't own a bathing suit.
I am on the way there,
and it's set. Yeah, I'm on the way to like my flight.
Right.
And this bathing suit is $7, and I don't need you to tell me the approximate savings that I'm going to take by opening a red card.
You should just get a red card, though. It's a worthwhile card.
No, because I'm never buying something at Target where I'm like, this is the time I'm going to use that one-time 10%.
I think it is always a percentage off, and it's just a debit card. Like, it links to your debit account. It's not a credit card.
Not the one they try to tell me.
I don't think there is a Target credit card.
There's absolutely the Target red card is a credit card.
Is it? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think you have a credit card, my dude. I don't think you have a Target bank account. Like when you just said, "Oh, it's a debit card," it's just a card that like links to your bank account. That's a credit card. You just have automatic payments set up on that credit card. You didn't open an account with the First National Bank of Target. You don't get your paychecks deposited to Target.
Actually, if you talk to Target, they'll tell you I do.
I'm sure you do, because every time I've ever mentioned something at Target to Emily, she was like, I was at Target today. Every single time ever.
We go to Target so much that I don't smell Target anymore.
I don't know what that means. I can't place offhand what Target smells like.
I don't know if it's every Target. I know that the Roanoke Target has a stank.
A stank?
A stank. I know that you have no sense of smell, so this is not relatable to you. And dear listener, there's no smell in an audio medium, but just imagine a Target.
Does it smell more like a Walmart or more like a Lowe's?
More like a Lowe's.
Because those are the two stores, there's no way it smells like Lowe's.
It doesn't smell like lumber. It smells like
Lowe's smells like wood. Truth be told, if you gave me like a car freshener that was like Lowe's scent, like big box home improvement store scent,
do you want hardwood car freshener?
It's not just hardwood. It's like this is the whole conglomerate of what Lowe's smells like. Because like I've been to lumber stores and I've been to hardware stores, and Lowe's smells like both.
Okay, this would be more on the hardware side.
So like a True Value?
Like an Ace, yeah. No, because Ace has mulch. Like a True Value. I guess not every Ace has mulch. Does any Ace have mulch?
I don't think so. Not inside. They usually don't put mulch inside.
The hardware store?
Even at Lowe's, the mulch is in the garden section, like it is at Walmart.
That's not mulch. That's a bag of sad.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll tell you what Ace Hardware doesn't have is like truck mulch, where you get mulch delivered to your house in a truck.
Does it not?
No.
What am I thinking
I don't think so. When was the last time you were at an Ace Hardware, guy?
What's the one next to Brambleton Deli?
That's Northwest True Value.
Okay. Then I don't know. There's an Ace Hardware on Main Street in Rocky Mount.
In Rocky Mount, yeah.
Yeah. And the last time I was there when I lived a block from there. So 2001. They had the best sleds.
I live down the street from not down the street, but I live near a store called Mulch and More.
You do. It caught fire right when I used to work for Chris.
Yeah. But they probably sell mulch.
Mulch and More?
Yeah.
You think Mulch and More sells mulch?
I think Mulch and More sells mulch.
That's a shot in the dark. That's a tough one.
Just a.
Did you know that you can go to the dump in Roanoke and buy mulch infested with termites and bring it to your house?
I'm sure you can.
You can just do that.
I'll be honest with you. I've never owned a home. I don't know what mulch is for.
You're sitting in the home you own right now. Mulch is for, do you know the gardens in front of my house?
Gardens?
Wow. Ouch. Gardens by
in front of your house.
Term. The place where the not potted, where the like bushes and the flowers are. In front of the lattice. Between the lattice and the grass.
That's bushes.
Yeah. Well, it's bushes and flowers.
Are there flowers?
That's where mulch goes. Yeah, there's flowers.
85% of the time I go over to your house, it's raining.
What is that these past few years? Was it like this growing up and we just didn't notice?
No, it's just it's literally, it could be sunny for all day, and I'll decide to go over to your house, and it's like, tut, looks like rain.
Oh, that's Winnie the number 2, the poo.
Yeah.
Winnie the feces.
Yep, that guy.
All I do is Winnie.
But yeah, and so I'm just trying to make it in the front door as fast as possible. 85% of the time I've ever been to your house.
Porch. You can just stand on the covered porch.
Okay, well, I'm trying to make it to the porch.
Well, there's a spot where mulch... I don't know what mulch does, no, but I know where it goes. I guess it's just cosmetic and it smells nice and it like fertilizes.
I know that recently I was going to drop something off just outside of your house. It was a microphone. And
I said, please put that inside.
And you were like,
please.
no, just go inside and bring it inside. And I was like,
oh, no, you're gonna reveal to the world that my house is a wreck.
I was not going to do that, actually.
Okay, cool.
I was going to reveal my own toxic trait.
What's your toxic trait?
In that I unlocked your door, went inside, dropped off the microphone, the mic stand, and the mic cable, walked back outside, realized that you had a package after I'd already locked the door. And I was like, well, I can't unlock it again. I'm just going to leave the package here.
So you just left the package?
I just left the package on the front porch. And I was like, if he questions me about it, I will just say it got there after I got there.
I'm sure that's what I thought when I got home. I was like, oh, his package has arrived.
Yeah, I was good because I was like, gotta bring the package in. And then I locked the door and I was like, shoot, did not bring the package in. But then I noticed you have like a Ring doorbell now, or a Nest doorbell.
It's a Ring, yeah.
A Ring doorbell or whatever. So I was like, oh man, they also just got a notification that I was here. So like,
they know.
I don't want to because I didn't know if you told Emily that I was going to be dropping by.
I don't know if I did either.
And I didn't want her to get like somebody is being weird on your front porch and stealing a package notification, because I don't exactly know how the Ring thing works.
You know what's crazy is like at Chris's house, if you go up and you like get near the thing, it's like, oh, Tyler's visiting. And like in my house, it doesn't do that at all. Well,
Chris has only recently started doing that.
Okay.
So I think you have to have it for a while, because like it recognizes Laura and Tony, but not me.
Interesting. Maybe it's you because you have a beard.
Maybe.
Laura does not have a beard.
Or I don't have a contact picture in Chris's phone.
That could be it also.
But yeah, it was definitely weird the first time I was over there, and the Ring was just like, ding dong, Tony's here. and it plays out of his like surround sound, so it was alarming.
Okay, so we are ready to wrap.
Yeah, we should bring it back to Birds of Prey for a moment.
You know what? That was a good second half of the show.
Good tangent.
Tangential. Mahjong. Welcome to Ethan and Tyler play Mahjong in silence.
Click. Click.
Click.
I think Mahjong is a tile game, right? Like you play it with tiles. Like the tiles would make a clacking sound when you set them down.
Oh, good move. Sorry.
Oh, it was an excellent Mahjong. You really Mahjonged my Mahjong.
I Mahjonged the crap out of you just there.
Yeah.
Got you good.
Flapjack! 1-0.
Have you been watching the XFL? This is the most bonkers football league I've ever seen in my life.
I love it.
I go Washington. What is our team?
DC Defenders.
The DC Defenders. Yes. What a great team.
I just wish that they weren't stupid about it and just put them in smaller markets.
Oh, I know. They're all...
Or bigger markets that don't have teams.
I think like 7 of the 8 markets have teams, right?
Yeah, and there's like an Orlando team.
Is there only 8 teams? There's only
8 teams.
Okay, 7 of 8, I think, are in already pro football towns.
So there's St. Louis, Houston, Dallas, Seattle, New York, Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, and DC, and LA.
So the only one without a football team is St. Louis. And they have a football
some of these
team.
might be not put together yet teams.
No, that's correct. Go DC Defenders.
I think I read too many teams, though.
I think you read 9.
No, because there were more after that.
Oh.
There was like the Birmingham Blaze.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry, Birmingham Thunderbolts.
I want like the Richmond Rednecks. No, I don't want that.
Yeah, so currently...
The Richmond Renegades.
Yeah, so currently the only team that is in the city that doesn't already have a XFL team is the St. Louis Battlehawks. Or an NFL team is the St. Louis Battlehawks.
And they used to have an
NFL team. And they used to have an NFL team. And I believe that there is like another LA team planned and another New York team planned. So like there's not a reason that New York needs 4 football teams.
Right. That being said, New York has enough people to like we want Richmond or Roanoke or something. Like New York's market is more than 4 times as large as ours.
I agree, but they have 2 NFL teams. They don't need 2 XFL teams. Like the XFL needs to set itself up like the NFL's minor league, basically.
Right. They need to be in.
But instead, they're just like, oh, we're going to give you football in the months where there aren't football, which I guess is a good move. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to like. I don't.
Right. They need
care
to
about
be
the
like
DC Defenders
in Charlotte, in Richmond, in
Charlotte has the Panthers already.
I'm sorry, in Raleigh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you could give cities like Oklahoma City and like Raleigh that already have other pro sports teams,
right?
But don't
right.
have.
Okay, let's wrap Birds of Prey.
Yeah. But I do not currently have an NFL or an XFL team that I am cheering for.
Why not the DC Defenders?
I don't like DC teams.
Oh.
It's the worst fan base in sports.
I don't think there's a good part of the XFL fan base.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about the DC Defenders fan base, but the whole Redskins, Capitals, I mean, not the Wizards, but the Nationals, that whole fan base sucks. I don't live in DC, man. Like, I live in Virginia. All the Carolina teams are closer.
Not much. Charlotte's not that much closer than DC.
It's over an hour.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You a big Panthers fan?
I mean, no.
Because if you are, Ron Rivera, their former head coach, he coaches the Washington, D.C. Redskins.
Cool.
Okay, Birds of Prey. Let me get the big movie list, which is, why do we do this? Okay, there's a clear breakfast food for this film. It is a bonkers expired American cheese, bacon, and eggs sandwich.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's hangover food.
It's exactly what it is. And you know what? I kind of like it. Will I buy the Blu-ray? No.
No, probably not. I'd be surprised.
But I would put a character from it on my desk as a pop figure.
Right, but it's going to take some doing for me to watch it again.
Yeah, well. So it's, I would say, a little bit better than Little Women, not as good as Klaus.
This is not better than Little Women.
No, I think this is going to be back in the like Zombieland territory.
I straight up did not like this as much as Zombieland.
What about Ghostbusters 2016?
I liked it better than Ghostbusters 2016.
Okay, so that's exactly what I said, right? The Zombieland territory.
I know, I was just letting you know that I did not enjoy it as much as Zombieland.
No, I'm in the same boat. Zombieland is better. Yeah, I'm with that.
Man, if you want gore, there you go.
But there's not. They just blow up a gas station. There's no zombies in.
It's still pretty gory compared to this.
Yeah.
Compared to A Hunt for the Wilder People, which you complained
bigger.
about the grotesque gore in. You're not living that one down. When you were like, this pig getting killed is too much for me.
Okay. I don't think that's what I said, but.
Let's roll the tape. I'm not going to go find it. No way. No chance.
No way. Not today. Not ever. No way. No way. Okay, so we have breakfast, we have movie ranking. I think that's everything we do at the end of our show.
Yeah, we deleted the villain ranking. Sometimes I gotta remind myself of that.
So what else is there?
We do the plugs.
Cool, let's plug some stuff.
Plug some stuff.
Oh, me?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. You can follow the podcast on Instagram and on Twitter at Bacon and Eggs Pod. You can follow me at AmeriCarlin on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow Ethan at Wow Now and Edge Hill Photos. The O's are zeros except in Edge Hill Photos.
Yeah, the O's in photos are O's.
And then what you should really do is you should go to WBNE.org if you like this show and check out the other shows that are there. I've been thinking a lot about how do we hear about new podcasts and how do we listen to new podcasts and how many of the podcasts I like bring me so much joy and how I'm so begrudging to listen to podcasts on the recommendations of a podcast host like me. Are you? So what I did this week was while I was listening to the podcasts I like, if they plugged a show, I told myself, you know what? Maybe this person knows what they're talking about. And they're right that I will like this other show that they recommend. And you know what happened every single time, Ethan?
You liked the podcast.
They were so right.
So what'd you listen to? What are your new podcasts?
I will tell you the one I did today. I've been listening to a lot of Reply All because I'm on a journalism bug. And it's like journalism that's not... It's like journalism about journalism. So it's so good. If you don't listen to Reply All, it's so great. So what I listened to...
I listened to PJ Vogt on one episode of I Only Listen to Mountain Goats. And he was cool.
PJ Vogt, he's very good. And they have been sponsored by a show sponsored by ADP, like the company you clock in through, called Better For It. And it's just about like businesses that have succeeded and failed and like stories in HR. And I listened to an episode, the most recent one, about food foraging, about this woman who opened a business where like the whole business model was that she wanted to have 10 customers a week to like sit down for like a family style dinner, and like it wasn't advertised at all. It was like this ghost restaurant, and it was just all about how like this type of concept works and exists in so many places, but it didn't work for her. And just like, but the menu was so cool, and that she went out and found all of the ingredients herself and like foraged them in the woods in the Midwest. It was very cool. But I listened to it and it was very good, and I really liked it. That was what I listened to today after listening to Reply All. And so I want you to maybe, if you are like a reasonable person, take my advice and listen to one of the other shows on the WBNE.org network. I think you will really like all of them. Specifically this week, I want to talk to you about Following Dreams with Isaac Carlson. This is a really good interview show. So Isaac is like a made it YouTuber. Like he has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. He is making videos about positivity, about what it means to love what you do, and about magic. And it's these really, really cool videos that he makes. And then he wanted to know what other creators have done after they've sort of followed their dream, achieved their dream, how they found new dreams. And he does all these really great interviews. And the questions he asks are very thought-provoking, are very interesting. And it's a really, really good podcast. I think you'd like it. There's a preview for it right here.
Hello, fun people. I'm Isaac Carlson, and on Following Dreams, I'm focused on exploring the stories of people who are following their passions and achieving their dreams. After years of creating Disney videos for my YouTube channel, Watso Videos, I wanted to continue my goal of spreading magic by creating a podcast that strives to help inspire you to pursue what you love by hearing how others have done it. By interviewing creative people who have been able to live their lives as artists, animators, YouTubers, and business owners, together we get to hear the stories of wonderful people while also uncovering what it takes to follow your dreams.
That's so wild that you're like begrudging to take the recommendations of the host you like.
It's so weird that but because like, I don't know why, like for whatever reason, I cannot listen to Jordan Jesse Go.
It's not my favorite. I've listened to a couple episodes. It's not.
But why won't I turn it on? Why won't I try it?
Oh, you can't try it.
What do you mean?
You haven't tried it.
Right.
Oh, you said you can't listen to it. I thought you meant like, oh, I just can't with that one. Which like,
no,
I get.
No. It's like they push it every week. Like, why can't I listen to Sawbones? I know I like at least half the hosts on that.
I've listened to Sawbones. I don't have a problem usually like checking out the other McElroy properties. I'm not a fan of all of them.
No, I think that's what you learn. If you create a lot of things, then you have some winners and some, not necessarily some duds, but you know.
Yeah, like I cannot listen to Griffin's Couples podcast.
What is theirs called?
Wonderful.
I haven't listened to it.
I can't listen to it. Anyway, WB&E's gonna have more shows soon, which is exciting.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about the one that we're launching next. It's gonna be so good. But if you like Following Dreams, or if you want something maybe a little bit different, also check out shows like That's What I'm Talking About, where comedian Mary Clay Watt reads Lord of the Rings for the first time. You don't need to read along. She does a really good job summarizing it. And it's really funny. It's really good. Or check out Sincerely Us, where they interview like Broadway professionals about the Broadway stage process. It's very, very cool. And they also just talk about Broadway news and Broadway life and Broadway themes, and it's very good.
They are interviewing or possibly have interviewed the creator of the Lightning Thief musical.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really interesting interview. I'm excited to hear it. I cannot wait. So yeah, check out those shows. And then I don't know what else to plug. I know that graphite.vmb is where you go for all your logos and things. Vaishon is the best. He's the easiest to work with. He's very quick turnaround. He's very inexpensive. But the quality is there. It's like that thing. You remember that triangle where they were like, you can pick two. You can have a job and lots of money and a family but no friends. Vaishon is all three. He is your best friend. He is your mom and dad. And he's your well-paying job. All at the same time.
That's very true. Yeah, I just commissioned a new logo from him for Unnamed D&D podcast.
I'm so excited about the Unnamed D&D
which
podcast.
Is 100% named.
We have a name now, yeah. So you can stop tweeting me your names for a podcast. But if you like this show and you want to tweet about it, tell your friends. You don't necessarily have to tweet at WBNE or whatever our show Twitter is. Use the hashtag HowdyYokes. Post your Instagram posts if you have fan art, or tweet about the show using the hashtag HowdyYokes. We're going to use that moving forward. That's how I want to talk about the show. Or if you have suggestions or questions or comments, or definitely not death threats. If you have death threats, just don't tweet those or put them on Instagram.
Nice, very hyper narrow pull there.
Nick O'Keefe somewhere is listening to this like, yes, I got
Peter
it.
Matheson.
Nailed it. Megan Merritt somewhere out there in the world.
Yeah, because Peter Mathis is definitely not listening. No way.
He might. He was always supportive of my projects growing up.
We would have said he would have. We've said questions, comments, death threats enough on the show that he would have said something by now.
You're right. He would have. But yeah, tweet about the show, hashtag Howdy Yokes, or post your Instagram posts about the show, hashtag Howdy Yokes. Tell your friends. That's how we grow the show the best, is to tell people about the show. Ethan, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
Nope.
Oh, cool. What movie did we watch? Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey.
Oh, gosh.
Go give it your $12.
Yes, definitely do that.
Anyway, I've been Ethan Etchill, he's been Tyler Carlin. Until next time, arrivederci.
And the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.